Hello, hello, hello. So here I am live again, right? So I wanted to come and go through a question, right? I want to use this as question time. So I have a Facebook community. It's called the Abundant Practitioner. You might be in it right now watching me. And what I like to do is ask a question when people join the community on what is it that I can help them with right now? Like, what is the challenge that you are coming against? And so we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of practitioners, so psychologists, counselors, therapists, nurses, social workers, people from all walks of life in terms of being a practitioner, right? Whether they're in the UK, or Canada, New Zealand, Africa, America, all around the world, these practitioners sharing what are their challenges, their number one challenges right now in terms of their current way they're practicing or in terms of what they're trying to create. So many of them are wanting to create their own business. Many of them have even wanted to think about creating their own coaching business, right? An online business, wanting to break free of the constraints that can be found by being a practitioner. And so they put in their questions into the group privately, right? They share it privately so nobody sees. But on joining, and you would know if you're in the group of you sharing your question. Now, what I have never ever done is come in and shared my opinion, my version on how I would answer it, right? Which is not, I know why you're sharing is because you would like my help, okay? And so for that, firstly, sorry, okay, just things have been going on. But do know that myself, my team have been collating these questions. And what I'm going to do is answer, right? Is give my answer, okay? In hope that it serves you in some ways. Now, some of the questions that come in have a lot of, like there's commonality, right? There's commonality between the questions that come in. So there are questions around marketing, there's a questions around prioritization and timing. We have questions coming around money mindset, around structuring your programs, around how to charge more for what you do, how to come up with new offers, all sorts of questions come through, right? But what I'm going to do today for today's live stream is I'm going to take one question, I'm going to answer it, all right? And you see that question in the title is how do I balance the time that is required to build my business, right? And also have a family, okay? And I'm going to share with you what I have seen for myself, but also what I have seen for my clients as well, right? Because everybody, your life is different, right? All of you, you're coming from a different background, or how your life is, or how many children do you have, if any, right? Whether you have a partner or not, right? Whether you have a full-time job as well or not, or a part-time job, or a thriving practice in the traditional way, right? It's about firstly just taking stock for how your life is, yeah, right? Understanding what you're like, how you feel you're being pulled, because that's really what this question is about, is like feeling like you're being pulled in different directions, or like you want to give to your business, you also want to give to your family, you may need to give to a current workplace, there may be other commitments you have, maybe it's giving your time to church, hobbies, all sorts of things, right? So firstly, it's about just writing down, get really clear about what it is that you, of how your time is split, right? How is your time split right now? Getting really, really clear, because one of the things that is required to help build a business is time. I am absolutely 100% transparent with people. You are going to need time to do the work to build the business, just like you needed time to do the work to get the degree, right? Just like you need time to go and fulfill the job that you might have been doing. You need time to put in the work to build a business. It's not going to just build by itself, right? So in order to create the time to build the business, you have to create pockets of time, right? And in order to create pockets of time, it's understanding where do you spend your time, where do you have time that you could claim back, right? So it's really getting it crystal clear of do an audit, right? Look at your last 7 days, look at even your last 3 days, look at even your last 24 hours and see how are you spending your time. How much time do you spend commuting? How many time do you spend at work? What are those different tasks at work? What do you do in your lunch break? What happens when you come home from work? What time do you get up? What time do you go to bed? All right. All of these things, what are you doing in between that time? Because what do you use your weekends for? What do you use your weekdays for? All of this gives you an awareness of utilizing and seeing how can I utilize my time more efficiently so that I build the business. And in order to build the business, it's understanding why you're building the business. If you're not connected to a why, it's going to be very, very hard to be motivated to claim back time to build the business, right? So what is it all about? Like, why are you building this business? Why are you wanting to build this business, right? Understanding that. And so that you can schedule it in. So that's the first thing. So first thing is about being able to reduce things that might drain you, that you might be able to potentially do, which might mean outsourcing. So potentially it might mean, some of my clients and myself have people that come and help in our house. So maybe that's something that you may want to do is have somebody to come in and clean for you so that you could use that hour instead of cleaning the bathroom. You could be sorting out your business, right? So there might be some delegation that can happen. It might be delegating in the family. Are you the person in the family doing everything that you don't have the time to build your business, right? Are there things that you might be like, time's just flittering away because you're Netflix and chilling, a lot of the time. So it's looking at how do you spend your time. But I do love this question of how do I balance the time between building my business and spending with my family, because it's 100% vital to spend time loving life now, right? And this is what I often talk with my clients about is love life, live life now, right? Not live life when you are having £10,000 months. Not live life now when you are when your business is this many years old. Whatever, right? Live life now, and so definitely keep time in for fun. But it may be needing to scale back, right? So maybe you're in a time in your life where every night you are having fun with your family and or going out or whatever. You might need to scale that back and like actually 2 nights or 3 nights this is what we do, and the other nights I spend with my business, right? Because let your family know as well. They might not be in a position to even understand why you're doing what you're doing, but just let them know from your heart of why you're doing what you're doing. You don't need them to understand, just communicate where you are, right? It may be that every weekend you are out socializing, going to the next parties. You just need to scale it back and be like, actually, every month, whilst I'm building my business, twice a month or 4 times a month, I'm going to go to a social gathering, right? And the other time I'm going to be building my business. So it's about becoming boundaried as well. Okay, so become boundaried in it as well. The amount of time I recommend, because that would really see the needle moving for your business, is 7 to 10 hours at minimum in terms of scaling your business. We see people do this who have they build amazing businesses. They have like 4 or 5 kids, right? Like kids that need like attention, not like grown kids, like 4 or 5 kids, pets as well, dogs that need walking, cats that need feeding, hamsters that need cleaning, right? And they're studying as well. Some people who build their business whilst they're studying and working. Yeah, we've seen people from all walks of life make it happen. And there's always a way for the committed. So what I see is the thread is that once you are connected to a vision, once you are connected to understanding, do you know what? I'm going to do something. Yeah, I'm going to make that happen. It doesn't matter how full your schedule might appear to be. You will claim back that time. All right. And so that's where the end goal matters. The other thing that matters is how you're using your time. Maybe you're somebody that has the 7 to 10 hours available already and that you have it, but you come to your desk, right? You come to working on your business and you're like, let me read this book and let me do this training. Let me watch this YouTube, right? Let me choose my brand colors. And you have no clear guidance on what you need to do to build your business. And so your time is, you might as well go and socialize, right? Because what you are doing is you might be in a space where you're going round and round. You're just using yourself and to guide yourself in what you need to do for your business, and you're not following no blueprint of any kind to build the business, right? And so even though you have the time and you might have the journals and the notebooks with notes and ideas and vision, right? You might even have made your logo and all, like there's no like real understanding of how do I build an audience? How do I ensure I reach the right audience? How do I ensure I sign up clients and create change in their lives? And so that's the key part, is knowing how to use your time. All right. When that next position, price, and promote challenge comes up, which I run every now and then, jump on in, because that's where I really help people understand how they can move their business forward. But this is it for now, right? Is how do you balance? So let's come up, let me do a little summary. So how do I balance the time between building my business and building and being with my family? Schedule it in, right? Understand how you use your time. You may need to cut back on certain things that you're doing that are not in alignment with where you're going. Yeah. There may be certain things that are in alignment with where you're going, but you need to do it less for a period of time, right? You're only going to be building your business for a period of time. Yeah. It's just like doing a degree. You're only doing a degree for a period of time. All right. So just schedule it in, roll your sleeves up and get to work, but know how you're using your time. Know what you need to do when you do have that time. Think about bringing in 7 to 10 hours a week so that you can build your business. Know that when you're committed, you will find a way. And if you're struggling to find the time, right, it may be you need to look at the driver that's driving you to wanting to make this happen. Okay. And yeah, just be connected to your own goal. All right. So that's it for me. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you again for another live Q&A very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.